Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Nile Cruise. Dear viewers, a very special episode of Nile Cruise that we bring you from the Islamic Museum of Islamic Art in the heart of Cairo, near the police headquarters, or in front of the police headquarters. And Mohammed, we have a very special episode today, and I'll be joined with you, Mohammed Abdel
It's Eid, so it must be a special episode. Happy Eid, Rana.
It's Happy Eid, Mohammed, and Happy Eid, dear viewers. Dear viewers, we have a very stuffed episode of Nile Cruise where we bring you different calibers in every way. We bring you different calibers that will be telling you everything about this amazing museum, which really is of great impact on every person that comes and visits it. From here today,
the biggest
exactly, all over the world.
Museum,
yes.
yeah,
And it's worth, Mohammed, to mention that all Egyptians, all students need to come and visit and watch really well this wonderful place. And tourists all around the world, this is the best place that you should be here and come and watch. Right, Mohammed?
Absolutely, Rana. I agree totally. Dear viewers, please stay with us. We have a very special episode. Rana and I will be back shortly. Stay with Nile TV and television.
عيد مبارك, come on, let's celebrate. عيد سعيد, let's enjoy this happy day. عيد مبارك, come on, let's celebrate, celebrate. Let's celebrate. Allah, Allah, thank you for this day.
The Museum of Islamic Art in Cairo is considered to be one of the largest and oldest museums in the world. The museum hosts more than 104,000 displays reflecting the greatness of the Islamic civilization in Egypt and the whole Islamic world, and how flourishing it has been for a very long period of time. The museum hosts many exhibits that date the beginning of the Islamic era till the period of the family of Muhammad Ali. The Museum of Islamic Art has many different types of displays, including metal and wooden works, carpets, rare copies of the Quran, coins, and many other exhibits that amaze the visitors of the museum coming from all over the world. The idea of establishing the Museum of Islamic Art goes back to the year 1880, when the Egyptian authorities collected all the precious pieces of Islamic art from several mosques, other structures and buildings. Afterwards, the government stored them in the eastern section of Al-Hakim Mosque in Al-Mu'izz Street in Cairo. Shortly afterwards, these antiquities were put on display in a small museum that was specially built in the open courtyard of the Al-Hakim Mosque, and it was called the House of Arabian Antiquities. The displays of the Museum of Islamic Art remained in that location until the building of the museum was constructed in the year 1903, and it was officially opened for public visits on the 28th of December of 1903. Afterwards, the museum was renamed as the Museum of Islamic Art in 1952 after the Egyptian Revolution. The number of displays of the museum has been increased and multiplied many times since its establishment. The museum had only around 7,000 displays when it first opened in 1903. The number increased to become 78,000 in 1978, and then 96,000 in the recent years, and more than 100,000 pieces nowadays. The displays of the museum were gathered from many different locations around Egypt. This includes the ruins of the cities of Fustat and Askar, the first Islamic capitals of Egypt before the establishment of Cairo. Some other displays were brought from Aswan, Tanis in the Nile Delta, Rashid and Luxor. This is besides many other displays that were sold or donated to the museum by Arabian and foreign people. Today, the Museum of Islamic Art displays some of the rarest exhibits, including pottery, pieces of cloth, rocks with Islamic writings, colored windows, and many other displays. There is also the collection of Persian and Turkish pottery that the museum has brought in 1945. The museum displays a large collection of Arabian carpets that were brought from many mosques and historical houses from all around Egypt. The collection of carpets of the museum was even multiplied when the museum took the selection of carpets that used to belong to Ali Pasha Ibrahim in 1949, which was considered to be one of the largest and most valuable collections of carpets in the whole world at the time. Among the most distinctive displays of the museum is the tomb cover that dates back to the year 652, 12 years after the Muslims took control of Egypt. The Museum of Islamic Art has some of the most beautiful antiquities that date back to the Fatimid period. This collection includes some jewelry, especially a plain golden ring, another ring with plants ornaments, and a wonderful statue of antelope made out of bronze. The Mamluks have ruled over Egypt for a considerable period of time and have influenced the Egyptian history, and this is perfectly reflected in the large collection of displays in the Museum of Islamic Art that dates back to the Mamluk period. Many of the displays of the museum were gathered from Arab and non-Arab nations and from individuals that have sold their belongings or donated them to the museum.
Let's enjoy this happy day.